Good day everyone, this is Proxy the Great and you are watching another great fitness topic. The question as to how to achieve a fitness goal is very common and most people tend to rush things up and work very hard performing different physical activities they think they really need in order to hit their fitness goal in an instant. That particular perception is very undesirable and it would only lead to disappointments and frustrations because they realize that they are not getting any positive change or results they expect to experience. Don't rush, just take it slowly but properly sure. There is no other primary requirement in achieving any undertaking such as fitness than being patient. Everything takes time and should be taken step by step each time you set your goals to succeed at any undertakings. We will help you achieve your goals so long as you are going to cooperate, follow our advice and instructions. Now, here's the crunch. You have to understand that being fit and healthy is not just about performing varied physical activities or working out for several hours in the gym. You're just going to end up wasting all your resources like time, money, and energy. Being fit and healthy starts on your personal awareness about your body's capabilities. You have to be aware of your physical strengths and weaknesses. Identifying your fitness strengths and weaknesses helps you in creating clearer goal, structure and plan appropriate physical activities and monitor your progress while slowly but surely realizing your fitness goal you set for yourself. Yes, I am referring to assessment of your current level of fitness. And here's how.
How do we assess? There are two primary ways to assess your current health status. First, it is by answering the Physical Activity Readiness Questionnaire, or PAR-Q, and the second is to undergo physical fitness test. I know you've been wanting to know about this because each one of us wants to be fit and healthy, and that sounds amazing. How to go about it? Let's delve into it. Physical Readiness Questionnaire, or PAR-Q, is a 7-item questionnaire that assesses your medical and physical readiness. This is done before you undergo a regular physical activity program for health and wellness. So try to assess or evaluate yourself with these questions. 1. Has your doctor ever said that you have a heart condition and you should only perform physical activity recommended by a doctor? 2. Do you feel pain in your chest when you perform physical activity? 3. In the past month, have you had chest pain when you were not performing any physical activity? 4. Do you lose balance because of dizziness or do you ever lose consciousness? 5. Do you have a bone or joint problem that could be made worse by a change in your physical activity? 6. Is your doctor currently prescribing any medication for your blood pressure or for a heart condition? 7. Do you know of any reason why you should not engage in physical activity? If you have answered yes to one or more of those questions, consult your physician before engaging in physical activity. Tell your physician which questions you answered yes to. After a medical evaluation, seek advice from your physician on what type of activity is suitable for your current condition. But if you answered no, then there wouldn't be any problem at all. Now let us proceed to physical fitness test. What is a physical fitness test? A physical fitness test, also known as a physical fitness assessment, is comprised of a series of exercises that gives information about your overall health and physical fitness status. For general health and fitness purposes, the tests are considered the starting point of designing an appropriate exercise program. Due to the pandemic, the department has identified only few tests that you could possibly perform at the confines of your home. These tests are deemed essential and adequate to give you information about your overall health. We have divided the tests into two categories, and these are health-related fitness tests and skill-related fitness tests. But hey, just a reminder for you Before you start performing the tests, make sure your body is properly warmed up. Now let us start with the health-related fitness test. Test for cardiovascular endurance. Cardiovascular endurance is the ability of the circulatory and respiratory system to supply oxygen during sustained physical activity. It is the ability to exercise your entire body for a long time without stopping. It requires a strong heart, healthy lungs, and clear blood vessels to supply your large muscles with oxygen. The 3-minute step test. Objective: to measure the cardiorespiratory endurance. Before proceeding, we need to learn how to get pulse. There are 2 convenient sites to get your pulse rate. First, the carotid pulse. Using your index and middle finger, locate the end of your jaw. Now slide your fingers downward diagonally towards the middle of your neck. Before you reach the middle of your neck, stop. When you feel a bit pushing against your fingertips, you have found your carotid pulse. Caution: don't press too hard on your neck or things might affect your pulse rate. Also, if you're using your right hand, find your pulse on the right side of your body or vice versa. Second, radial pulse. From the middle of your wrist, slide both your middle and index fingers slightly towards your thumb. Once you feel a gentle throb pushing against your fingertips, you have located your radial pulse site. Equipment: a stopwatch and a 12-inch high bench or box. 3-minute step test procedure. Use a bench that is 12 inches high. Step up with your right foot, step up with your left foot. Step down with your right foot, step down with your left foot. Repeat this 4-count pattern: up, up, down, down. Step 24 times each minute for 3 minutes. Immediately after stepping for 3 minutes, count your pulse. Begin counting within 5 seconds. Count for 10 seconds, multiply the pulse by 6. This is your exercise pulse rate. Record it as your score in the PFT scorecard. After performing the step test, rest for 3 minutes, sit down and avoid large movements. Once 3 minutes is done, immediately get your recovery pulse rate. Write this on your PFT scorecard. And these are the don'ts during the 3-minute step test performance. In case you do it, immediately stop the performance and record your score. Test for muscular strength and endurance. Muscle strength. The ability of muscle to exert force. It is often measured by how much weight you can lift or how much resistance you can overcome. Muscle endurance. The ability of muscle to continue to perform without fatigue. It is the ability to use your muscles many times without tiring. The curl up. Curl up is a test for abdominal muscle strength and muscular endurance. This test records the maximum numbers of curl ups a person can do in 1 minute. Equipment: a fitness mat or carpet. Procedure: 1. Lie on your back on a mat or carpet. Bend your knees. The distance between your heel and your buttocks should be around 12 inches. Your feet on the floor and palms on your thighs. 2. Keeping your heels on the floor, curl your shoulders up and slide your hands forward so that your palms move towards your knees. Curl up until your hands cover your entire knees. 3. Slowly lower your back until your head rests on the mat. 4. Repeat the curl up procedure, counting whenever you lower your back on the mat. 5. You are finished if you can't do another curl up before the set time or your form breaks and/or set pace cannot be kept. 6. Record the number of curl ups you completed, then find your rating in the table. The push-up. Push-up is a test for upper body strength and muscular endurance. This test records the maximum numbers of push-ups a person can do in 1 minute. Equipment needed: fitness mat or carpet. Procedure: 1. Lie face down on the mat with your hands under your shoulders, your fingers spread, and your legs straight. Your legs should be slightly apart and your toes tucked under. For women, assume the knee push-up position. Legs together, lower leg in contact with the mat, knees as the pivotal point. 2. Push up until your arms are straight. Your body should form a straight line from your head to your heels. 3. Lower your body by bending your elbows until your upper arms are parallel to the floor. Then, push up until your arms are fully extended. 4. Repeat the push-up procedure, counting whenever you lower your body to the floor. 5. You are finished if you can't do another push-up before the set time or your form breaks and set pace cannot be kept. Use the table to determine your push-up rating. These are the don'ts during the push-up performance. In case you do it, immediately stop the performance and record your score. Test for flexibility. Flexibility is the range of motion available at a joint. It is the ability to use your joints fully through a wide range of motion without injury. You are flexible when your muscles are long enough and your joints are free enough to allow adequate movement. Sit and reach test. Sit and reach test is a functional measure of hip region flexibility, including the lower back and the hamstring muscles. Equipment needed: tape measure and adhesive tape. Procedure: 1. Place the measuring tape on the floor. Find the 23 cm mark. Place an adhesive tape along the 23 cm mark. You can either wear your socks or be barefoot. 2. Sit down on the floor with the tape in between your legs, with the heels of your feet along tape at the 23 cm mark. Point your toes up and keep your knees straight. Your feet should be 12 inches width apart. 3. Put your hands on top of each other and slowly bend forward, reaching as far as possible along the measuring tape. Once you've reached as far as you can, hold that position for 2 seconds. 4. Record the greatest length achieved to the nearest centimeter. Record the best score out of 3 attempts. Test for body composition. Body composition is the relative amounts of muscle, fat, bone, and other vital parts of the body. It refers to the different types of tissues that make up your body, including fat, muscle, bone, and organ. Your level of body fat is often used to assess the component of body composition related to health. One way to test your body composition is through identifying your body mass index. BMI is an index that uses body height and weight to determine the thinness or excessive fatness of the body. Equipment needed: weighing scale and tape measure. Procedure: 1. Measure your height in inches or meters without shoes. How to measure your height? Find a wall to stand against on. Make sure that the floor is flat and level. Stand with your back against the wall. Your heel, buttocks, shoulders, and head should be touching the wall. Look ahead. Have someone place a flat material, example hardbound book, on top of your head. With the flat material pressed against the wall, duck and slowly get out of the way. Ask that someone mark the bottom of the flat material. Lastly, run the measuring tape from the floor to where the mark is, making sure that it is straight. 2. Measure your weight in pounds or kilograms without shoes. How to measure your weight? Make sure your weighing scale is calibrated, with a dial on 0 kilogram mark. With shoes off, step both of your feet on the weighing scale with hands on the side. Look straight, have someone read your weight. You don't have a weighing scale at your home? Check if your neighborhood barangay clinic has one. Please follow safety protocols. 3. Calculate your BMI using the formula. Another way to test your body composition is through the waist to hip ratio. Waist to hip ratio is a measurement used to assess health risk. People who carry more weight in the middle of the body have a higher risk of disease than people who carry more weight in the lower body like legs and hips. Equipment needed. Tape measure. Procedure. 1. Measure your hips at the largest point, roundest part of your buttocks. Make sure that the tape is at the same level. Tape should be snug but not so tight as to cause indentations in your skin. Stand with your feet together. 2. Measure your waist at the smallest circumference. If there is no natural waist, measure at the level of the umbilicus. Measure at the end of the normal inspiration. Do not suck to make your waist smaller. 3. To calculate your waist to hip ratio, divide your waist girth by your hip girth. Now we are done with the health-related components. Let us proceed to skill-related components. We will begin with power. Power is the ability or rate at which one can perform work. It is the ability to use strength quickly. Thus, it involves both strength and speed. It is sometimes referred to as explosive strength. People with good power can, for example, jump far or high, throw a ball fair, and speed swim. How to assess? A vertical jump test. Vertical jump test is designed to measure your explosive leg power. Equipment needed. Chalk or rolled adhesive tape or ruler. Procedure. 1. Start by standing side onto a wall and reach up as high as you can with the hand closest to the wall. Mark your reach with a chalk or with a rolled tape attached to your middle finger. Mark your reach by sticking the tape on the wall. This is called the standing reach height. 2. Stand a little away from the wall and jump as high as possible, using both arms and legs to assist in projecting the body upwards. Mark the highest point of the jump with a chalk or adhesive tape. Just tap the wall, thus allowing the tape to stick on it. This is called your maximum jump height. 3. Measure the distance between the standing reach height and the maximum jump height. 4. Record the distance. And the last test that we will be doing for skill-related component is balance. Balance is the maintenance of equilibrium while stationary or moving. It is the ability to keep an upright position while standing still or moving. People with good balance are likely to be good, for example, at gymnastics and ice skating. How to assess your balance? Balance can be assessed through STORK balance stand test. It will assess the ability to balance on the ball of the foot. Equipment needed. Stopwatch. Procedure. 1. Remove the shoes and place the hands on the hips. Then position the non-supporting foot against the inside knee of the supporting leg. 2. The subject raises the heel to balance on the ball of the foot. 3. The stopwatch is started as the heel is raised from the floor. The stopwatch is stopped when form is broken. For example, hands come off the hip, supporting foot swivels or moves or hops in any direction, non-supporting foot loses contact with the knee, and heel of the supporting foot touches the floor. 4. Total time in seconds is recorded. The score is the best of 3 attempts.